Welcome to Football Scientific. I am Aaron Sauter, writer for FootballAnalysis1.com. I write about the NFL. Check out my power rankings going into Week 15. That's relevant today. Check out CFLNewsHub.com. I write about the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I got on Google News this week. Whoop, whoop. That's a big breakthrough. And then I also am going to be writing more for UFLNewsHub.com. I have written one article about the Orlando Storm's head coaching situation, but honestly, this is supposed to get more interesting in the UFL after January, so we'll see. Okay, so with that in mind, I am Aaron Sauter, the professor of football science. I am here with my guest host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger, ready to go? Ready to talk about football? What kind of football? The NFL. It's Week 15. The Thursday night game is over, and now we are rocking and rolling as we go in to the rest of the Week 15 games. We're going to do our pregame show. We're going to go over all our predictions and betting guides so you can make some money. Oh, yeah. Okay. Along the way, we are sponsored by W Energy. W Energy, the greatest energy drink you could ever drink. Go to WEnergy.com and order W Energy and then use our promo code Football Scientific, all caps, no space. You get 10% off your order, and we get money too that way. And that's super cool. They got a new flavor, somehow lunar margarita or something. That's crazy. I guess you get out. Never mind. Okay, so that's the thing. W Energy, Football Scientific, together, staying up all night long to go over film and break down stats. That's healthy. I don't know if it's healthy, but it's reasonable, right? It seems reasonable.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's close enough, right? Okay, all right. Also, this will be our betting guide and predictions, but the professor will have more in-depth scouting reports of what he thought were the 5 best games this week on TikTok. So check out Football Scientific on TikTok and go through and watch those scouting reports so you can be a more educated football fan and not just eat Wingstop because the NFL's selling food. That's what those stupid commercials say. Okay, all right. Let's break it down.
Here we go. We're selling food too, W Energy. So, mental note. Maybe it's true. All right, so here we go. Boom. First, a few contextual issues going into these Week 15 Sunday games. Carolina Panthers can clinch the NFC South due to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers failure against the Atlanta Falcons. They can clinch the NFC South by winning this week and next week against the Saints and the Buccaneers. So, if they do that, they clinch the NFC South and become the first new NFC South champion in 4 years. This is the 5th year. That would be for Tampa Bay. So that's good for Panthers. They're making some progress. Dave Canales and stuff, they're making some progress. New York Giants, they are the new leaders since Tennessee won last week. They have the number 1 pick in the draft. Are they going to blow that against the Washington Commanders? I mean, the Commanders are real bad. They might beat them. And if they beat them, they probably blow the first-round pick. And we're not saying they're going to tank the game. But if they do, if they lose, think for a minute. Are they losing to the Washington Commanders, or are they winning the first pick in the NFL draft? No one wants to talk about that, but we're not paid by the NFL. We'll talk about it right now. We're not paid by ESPN. We're independent, man. So we're going to talk about it. Is this thing rigged? Maybe. All right, Indianapolis Colts. If it is, that's much why our predictions are so good. We understand the rigging. Indianapolis Colts. They got a bunch of crap. So it turns out Daniel Jones is going to be out for 6 to 8 months. They hope he comes back for training camp. But they failed during the season while he was playing great football and helping him be successful. They failed to sit down and have talks with him about an extension. So now it looks like, after January, he's going to become a free agent. And they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do. Old dude's hurt. Do you give him an extension not knowing what's going to come back like? Do you not get an extension after he's, successfully saved your season, your team? Ooh, tough call. Tough call for the Indianapolis Colts. What are they going to do? I don't know. I bet they don't know either. They probably just realized, they woke up today and they were like, wait, we never extended Daniel Jones. That was a 1-year contract. Okay. All right. Kansas City Chiefs will be eliminated from the playoffs today for the first time in several years, probably 9 years, first time in 9 years, if they lose to LA Chargers, not likely. Buffalo Bills, they beat the New England Patriots, probably going to happen. Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Jets, definitely will happen. Texans beat the Arizona Cardinals, definitely will happen. So if the Chiefs lose to the LA Chargers, which I do not think is going to occur, but could. I didn't expect. I did expect the Chargers to beat the Eagles, but the Eagles are really beat up and downtrending right now. And Buffalo beats the Patriots. What I do think will happen, then the Chiefs will not be going to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years, and that's pretty cool. But I mean, diversity is good to have in your playoff system. I'm not down on the Chiefs. I really don't care about the Chiefs. So go Bengals. Burrowhead Stadium, whatever. Goodbye, Chiefs. All right, so those are the updates. Now here, based on that and the roster moves that we went over yesterday, here's our predictions and betting guide for the Week 15 games this Sunday. Okay, first we have the 1 o'clock games, the early time slot. We'll be making a short about these after this video is made, and then I'll be going on TikTok and getting our scouting reports for a few key games. Boom, Washington Commanders and New York Giants. Once again, the Giants are the leader in the clubhouse for the first overall pick in the draft. Are they motivated to win this game? It's a home game. Yeah, you think they want to win at home. They're playing the Commanders. This is a winnable game for the Giants. Are they going to do it? Is this going to be one of those games where no one wants to win it because they both want to improve their draft standing? I don't know. This could be a very boring game. This is why we didn't do a scouting report on this game. It's just too many open ends. I think, whether intentional or not, the Giants will win this game 24-21. DraftKings says they're 2.5-point favorites, which I think is reasonable. So I'm taking the Giants in the money line and 47.5 points. I think it's going to be under. I don't know if either team wants to win this game, really. There's no benefit to winning this game. All right. Las Vegas Raiders at Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, boom. That's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. The only interesting aspect of this game, first, can the Eagles actually win a game after losing a bunch in a row? I think the Raiders want the Eagles to win this game. They're like, we really need to hire a draft pick, man. Just beat us, okay? This is another game just like that. Where are the Raiders going to try and win? That would be dumb because of ethics, because they're told to, because of the job. Sure, man. Long-term feature of their team, it'd be smarter to lose this game. Just saying. That's why I didn't break it down for a scouting report. Doesn't make any sense. Philadelphia Eagles, I predict we're going to win 27-14. They still got a chance for the playoffs. They have a motivation to win. I think they'll snap their losing streak, which is bad for the Cowboys. Cowboys need the Raiders to win this game. That's sad. I wish I was not. I'm happy I'm not a Cowboy fan. Hoping for the Raiders to beat the Eagles with Kenny Pickett. Yeah, that guy's great, isn't he? Roll my eyes. Yeah, right. Okay, so Eagles are going to win 27-14 whether they want to or not. They're predicted to win by 11.5. We're saying yes. We're going money line on that. And 38.5 is over-under. We're going over with 41 points. Okay, good. Just fire everyone in the Raiders. 11 tank, fire them all, start over. That's what I do. Okay, if I was the ownership, that's what I would do. That would give you hope for a future. Right now they have no hope, and mediocrity is not a road to hope. Okay, all right. Number 3, Cleveland Browns, the Chicago Bears. This should be academic. This should be the Browns losing to the Bears. Bears are real good. Browns are real bad. They lost to the Tennessee Titans last week. They want to lose. They understand their draft situation. They want to lose out. They're hoping the Giants win. And if they lose, they might be the leader in the clubhouse for the first-round draft pick. So I don't see the Browns winning this in any way. They do have to make sure they make it look like they're trying to win enough to where no one says, it's rigged. It is rigged. It is. This game is. I'm not saying every game is rigged, but I'm saying this one. Let me fix my camera. That's sideways. It's definitely. It feels like it. It's not because the NFL scripts it, okay? It's because it doesn't make any sense to win if you're the Browns. That's dumb. Chicago Bears, all the motivation is for them to win. They're still trying to win the NFC North. They're trying to keep up with the Packers. Packers could lose to the Broncos this week, and they could retake the North without even beating the Packers. Mental note. So with that in mind, I think the Bears are going to win this game 24-17. DraftKings says they're 7.5-point favorites. And I don't agree. I think the Browns are going to keep it close to that because they're really big on optics and they don't want their fans flipping out and burning cars and stuff in their parking lots. Even though this plays the games in Chicago, it might be safe. I think the Browns are going to cover the spread just to show that they're making an effort. So that way no one flips out and blows up the stadium in Cleveland. I mean, they're already trying to get a new stadium. So, I mean, whatever. All right. But you have to play at like the high school field for the rest of the season. Something like that. All right. So, or at Canton. You could play at Canton. If they blow up the stadium today, you can play at Canton. All right. Boom. So I say the Bears win. And I'm not encouraging blowing up the stadium. I didn't say that. I just feel like that's the level Browns fans are on at this point. They're probably pushed to the edge. And I've been there. I've been pushed to the edge. And you start thinking real irrational thoughts. And I think that's where the Browns fans are at, honestly. Boom. Shedeur Sanders is going to be there, does I mean, blah, 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 blah. All right. So first, Bears win 24-17. They're 7.5-point favorites. I say Browns are going to cover the spread. And it's over on 40.5. I think it goes over at 41. All right, the first game that I think is interesting and is going to get a scouting report on TikTok is the Baltimore Ravens at Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, so what is happening here? Bengals still have an outside chance to make the playoffs. If the Steelers go 1-3 to finish the season, which is definitely possible, the Ravens lose out, including losing to the Bengals today, and the Bengals win out, they still win the AFC North. That's insane. Insane. Of course, go Bengals. We're going for that. We're going for the insanity. And it's definitely, I could see how it could go down, man. I could see the Dolphins beating Pittsburgh on Monday. I could see it all breaking down. So, I mean, it seems like the door is closed. It seems like highly unlikely. But how often does anything the Bengals do seem highly unlikely? All the time. All the time. They don't do anything that seems likely. Okay, so with that in mind, the Ravens are at the Bengals. Last time they played, the Bengals, Ravens turned the ball over 5 times. I'm not sure if the Bengals beat the Ravens or if the Ravens just let us win. Not on purpose, I don't think. They're trying to win the AFC North and save their coach's job. But the Bengals did win, and Bengals are at home this time around. I think it will be a cleaner game. No one's going to be eating turkey afterwards, so, I mean, that's nice. And there's not any turkey grease on the field, I guess. Turkey grease? No, like deep fried turkey, maybe? Okay. Okay, so Cincinnati Bengals, I predict they're going to win this game, but it's going to be a lot more exciting format, 27-24. I feel like the Ravens are dive bombing into the turf right now, and I think that dive bomb into the turf will continue. They were bad, then they got good, and now they're bad. They're just bad. Okay. Bengals, I mean, not better. Bengals aren't better, but they have more motivation to win because they got this crazy thing they can do, and that's always what the Bengals are going for, some crazy thing they can do. All right, so with that in mind, I'm going Bengals 27-24. Ravens are 2.5-point favorites according to DraftKings, but I say no, Bengals are going to win, so I'm taking the Bengals in the 2.5 points, and over is 51.5. There's no way it's going over 51.5. It's going to be 51. Now, there is a way. But not if it's a well-played game, which I'm hoping it will be. Bengals win. All right. Number 5, Arizona Cardinals, Houston Texans. Okay, I think this one's academic. I think the Texans are going to win this game. Their defense is amazingly good. Their offense is slightly below average. Arizona Cardinals are slightly below average everywhere. So, ipso facto, some lines from dodgeball, whatever that means. You know, ipso facto. I've never actually used that in real life. But it was on dodgeball back in 2004. So I threw it in. Okay, so with that in mind, we think the Texans are going to win this game 28-17 because their defense is awesome and their offense is below average, while the Cardinals are completely below average all the way across the board. They have nothing. The Texans win 28-17. DraftKings says Texans win by 9.5. I just don't 9.5. That seems really high for a team that plays slightly below average offense. So I'm saying the Cardinals do cover the 9.5-point spread. I am at 9, so it's just barely covering, but I got them covering because their offense is productive. They're just not good. They're productive but not good, if that makes any sense. Over-under is 42.5, and we're going over of that. Okay. Next one I did a scouting report for was the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots. Okay, this is for the Bills to have a chance to retake the AFC East. They have not lost yet. They are 2 games behind the Patriots. But if they win this one, they snap the Patriots' 10-game winning streak, and they overtake They don't overtake them, but they get one game closer. And now, if the Patriots decide to not start their starters for a game because they're happy with their playoff spot, the Bills can't overtake them. This can happen, okay? So it is possible for the Bills to overtake them, but I mean, what's the difference between 1 seed and 5 seed? I don't know. So home game in playoffs, they lost to the Patriots in the home game. Whatever. So they're going on the road to play the Patriots. Josh Allen needs to step it up. He got confused by the Patriots last time and, threw some interceptions and really fumbled the game away, man. We predict Buffalo is going to go into New England and win this game 28-24. It's going to look a lot like the other one, but Buffalo will catch a few breaks this time. We're going to predict Buffalo's going to win 28-24 and close the gap on the Patriots. DraftKings says Buffalo's 1.5 point favorites. We agree. We're going money line on Buffalo, and the over is 49.5. We're going over with 52 points. Okay, next, New York Jets. Okay, so that one's going to be a scouting report on TikTok. That's a pretty fun game. Okay, New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars. Why would the Jets want to win? I don't know. They seem to want to win. I don't know why you draft another team that would win from draft capital. Okay, if you go through and you blow the rest of these games, which is believable because they've been bad all year, then they improve their draft stock. They're in the race to the bottom. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars have they're leaders in the NFC South. They need to win this game to keep that. Otherwise, they give the chance for the Colts to close in on them. If the Colts can miraculously beat the Seahawks and Philip Rivers at quarterback, unlikely. More likely, if they lose, they'll let the Texans close in on them. And that Texans defense is so good. That would be a mistake on the Jacksonville Jaguars' part. So Jacksonville needs to beat the Jets. The Jets don't need to beat Jacksonville. Jaguars are going to win 28-14 in Jacksonville. 42 total points being scored. DraftKings says they'll win by 11.5. We say yes and go money line with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over on 41.5. We're going over 42. Okay, all right, got it. Next, LA Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, LA Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs. I want to go with the Chiefs, Chargers. But I have to go with the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose this game. The Chargers did not look good. They're not good. They got, 4 interceptions from the Eagles. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to explode like that. If he does, the Chargers can win this game. And then the Chiefs don't really belong in the playoffs anyway. So if that's the case, I think Patrick Mahomes will play better than Jalen Hurts did last week, though. And I think because of that, the Chiefs will win the game 24-21. They're 4.5 point favorites. I don't think it's going to be that much of a blowout. The Chiefs have not been that good. They're not balanced, and their defense is and their offense is Bill. And the Chargers are, they're a playoff team, right? Yeah, they're going to be one and done. But I say the Chargers keep it close, and they keep it within 4.5 points. So I'm putting my money on them in the points. Over on 42.5. We're going over with 45. Okay, so that is the early games on Sunday. Then we have 4. Every team's playing this week. There's no bye week. So, I don't know why I think he's moving. We'll see. All right. Number 4, the 4 p.m. games. We have 4 p.m. games. Indianapolis Colts, Seattle Seahawks. Philip Rivers returns. I think this is going to be a disaster for the Colts. It's my prediction. It's going to be a disaster. You can't not play football for 5 years, come back and win a game against one of the better teams in the NFC. You just can't do it. And because of that, the Seahawks are going to win 28-14. I don't know if Philip Rivers is going to survive the end of this game. If the Seahawks do it right, he will not. And I'm not hoping for injury for him. I think he should not be playing. And it's dumb that he is. And whatever. I think the Seahawks are going to destroy him. All right? So, with that in mind, I got Seahawks winning 28-14. Seahawks are 13.5 point favorites. I agree. We're going money line. Seahawks. Over-under 42.5. We're going under 42 because I don't think the Colts are going to do their part. Number 2, Tennessee Titans at San Francisco 49ers. Another reason. Okay, Titans did win last week. I don't know. I think they won against their will. They blew their top draft pick standing, opening the door for the Giants because I think the Browns were like, we don't want to win. They kept it close, and they were like, 2-point conversion. It failed. Let me show the picture of Sanders out. Oh, man. Titans are like, you didn't even try to beat us. What? What are we doing? Okay, so the Titans are still like, why we win? I don't know. Okay, quit winning. All right, so San Francisco 49ers are going to win this game. if anyone in Tennessee is smart, which I don't know, I live in Tennessee. I don't know very many smart people there. No offense, I just don't know very many. There's a few. I know a few, but I don't know very many. So I think the Titans are going to be dumb, but I think they're going to be saved from their own lack of intelligence by the 49ers, who will beat them 31-17. I'm going with 12.5-point favorites. DraftKings says 49ers 12.5-point favorites. I'm saying money line on that. They got to win this game, man. You can't lose to the Titans and be a playoff team. Sorry. It's just, it can't be reality. Okay, and then over-under 44.5. And I'm going over 48 just because I think the Titans are going to do enough to keep close while the Niners, win. They're going to win. All right, and then the afternoon game that I think is the most compelling, that I don't think is a diatribe of failure and is motivated by draft picks instead of victories, is Green Bay Packers at Denver Broncos. They're both first place in their divisions. So Packers are first place in the NFC North. Broncos are first place in the AFC West. It's going to be like a Super Bowl. It's like a Super Bowl possible matchup. So with that in mind, I think both teams are going to come out and play really well. I think the Denver Broncos offense is not as good as the Packers offense. Both teams play great defense. Both teams have good pass rushers, blah, 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 blah. I think Bo Nix is really good in the fourth quarter, but kind of shabby the rest of the time. Jordan Love's pretty average most of the time. So I think the pretty average is going to beat the really good in the fourth quarter. And I think the Packers win this game 24-21 in Denver, which is a big win. I would say upset, but DraftKings says the Packers are going to win by 2.5. They don't believe in the Broncos either, who are my number one team in power rankings last week. It's all situational, 10-game winning streak. Green Bay Packers are my number 3 team, I believe, number 4 or something like that. And I think they win this game. I don't know by how much. I'm taking the money line of the Packers, and over on 43.5. I'm going over that 45. Okay, so Packers win. Okay. All right, there's 5 games in the afternoon. Look at that. There's 2 more games. So next, Carolina Panthers at New Orleans Saints. Oh, look at that. There's another one I want to go over. Detroit and LA Rams. Oh, good. All right, so Carolina Panthers at New Orleans Saints. What do we have going on here? We got the Panthers. If they win 2 games, they win the NFC South. They should be really motivated. The Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week, 2 weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago. No, last week. Okay. The Tampa Bay already lost to the Falcons. It's confusing with the Thursday game sometimes. Stuck in there. My tripod keeps messing with me, man. All right. So here we go. Special effects. Boop. No effects. Just like the band, no effects. It took them 11 years to get popular. And we're only in 8 months, so whatever. Okay. All right, so Carolina Panthers at New Orleans Saints. If anything is right in the world, Panthers win this game 24-21 with a good running game. They got a better running game. They got a better quarterback. I was threw up a little bit with Bryce Young. But I think they got a better quarterback. And they have a way better defense. So the Saints defense is good but old. And I think the Panthers will win this game 24-21. They're 2.5-point favorites. We're taking the money line on that. And the over is 40.5, and I'm taking the over of 45. If the Panthers lose, it's because they want the Buccaneers to win. I don't know why they would want to do that. So I don't see any way the Panthers lose this game. But, whatever. All right, number 5, Detroit Lions. The LA Rams are going to do a scouting report on this one on TikTok. Big game for Detroit. Big game for Detroit because they need to win this game to stay in the playoff hunt. LA Rams are at the top of the NFC West, and if they lose, the Seattle Seahawks can take control of the West, which is a big game for the Rams too. So both these teams need to win this game. I think it's going to be a very, competitive game, very tough game. I do think the Rams will win. I think they're the better team, and they're at home. They're going to win 31-27 against the Lions. DraftKings says they're 5.5-point favorites, and I just say no, I don't think so. And I'm going with the Lions in the points. And then the over is 55.5. We're saying it's going to go over 58. Should be a high-scoring game. Should be a fun game. I think that will be a fun game. Okay, and then we got a Sunday night game. Minnesota Vikings at Dallas Cowboys. Vikings destroyed the Panthers. The Commanders last week. Really completely eliminated from the playoffs. They're fighting for their playoff hopes. Every game's an elimination game for the Vikings now. The Cowboys are scrapping for a playoff spot. They are scrapping. They lost to Detroit last. They can't afford 2 losses in a row. They're done. If they lose that and the Eagles beat the Raiders, which should happen, Cowboys are pretty much done, man. Pretty much done, okay? Vikings, Cowboys, playoff game atmosphere. I think Cowboys win 27-21 at home. DraftKings says they're going to win by 6. I say yes, but I just don't believe in that 100%, so I'm taking Vikings into points, even though my spread is also 6. I just don't. I think if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be wrong about the Vikings. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's my thought process. Over under is 47.5, and we're going over 48 points, just barely. Okay, Monday Night Football, Miami Dolphins at Pittsburgh Steelers. Miami Dolphins are a few wins away from being back in the playoff hunt for a wild card spot officially after a tragic start. Pittsburgh Steelers are fighting for the AFC North. They took control last week by beating the Ravens. Can they keep control? It's hard to say. But I predict that they will not. I predict the Miami Dolphins will defeat the Steelers 24-21 in Pittsburgh in the cold, which is not how Dolphins normally win. They don't normally win in the cold. But I think they will win in the cold this time in Pittsburgh because I think Aaron Rodgers cannot put the other 2 games in a row of his career, season best. Not career best. He's had some great games in his career. But season best was last week. I don't think he's going to do that 2 weeks in a row. I think Dolphins win this game 24-21. DraftKings says Pittsburgh's 3.5-point favorites, and I thought for a moment they were favorites too, but I really thought about it. I said, nah, man, Aaron Rodgers is going to blow this game. Dolphins will win. So I'm going Dolphins into 3.5 points just to make sure in case I'm wrong. I get a little bit of margin for error. And then over-under is 41.5, and we're going over 45. Okay, so that is the Monday Night Football matchup. That is the matchup. This is our pregame show for NFL Week 15 games on Sunday. That's today. Watch out. I'm going to do shorts on these 1 p.m. predictions. I'm going to do shorts on these afternoon predictions. And I'm going to do TikTok scouting reports for the games that I highlighted that I think are the better games, that are not going to be the ones that are obvious outcomes. Okay? NFL, truly no obvious outcomes, but some outcomes seem like no-brainers. Okay, all right. So with that in mind, I'm closing the Football Scientific portal for today. Drink W Energy and like the video. Share it and subscribe. People keep subscribing. That's good. And then also check out footballanalysis1.com. The more people read those articles, the more I get paid. And check out cflnewshub.com. The more people read those articles, the more I get paid. And uflnewshub.com, the more people check out those articles, the more I get paid. So that is pretty cool. I don't get paid for this right now for Football Scientific, but I think we will eventually. And eventually we'll add some effects and stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Right now we're no effects. We're just talking trash and feeling good, just like the band. So if you don't like that, then go away. It's whatever, okay? But I see a lot of I watch a lot of content on YouTube, and most of it is AI drivel, man. It's nothing. It's meaningless. It's like fortune cookies, and people love it. People love it because they think you're idiots. The people that make AI drivel think you're morons, and you buy into it, man. The stuff that gets the likes on TikTok, did you know they can buy likes? $30 for a post to get 30,000 likes. And he tried to offer it to me yesterday. I said, no, man, I'm going to do it for real. I'm going to do it for real. I'm not going to buy my likes. I'm not going to buy my subs, which I guarantee you most of these creators do. They purchase their stuff because they're trying to get advertisers and they're trying to show we have instant following, man. But if it's for real, it's not instant following. And a lot of these people are just making AI dribble, man. And even the ones who are not, they're basically actors. They're real actors. I'm not a real actor. I'm not getting paid by Warner Brothers or CBS or Paramount. Some of these people are, and they're just pretending to be YouTubers. That's true. So check that out. They're just fake celebrities, man, they're real celebrities who are trying to be fake celebrities. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a dude. Football Scientific, professor of football science, Tyler Tiger. We're just here enjoying life. And spreading our love of football to everyone. So I hope you enjoy it. FootballAnalysis1.com, read articles. CFLNewsHub.com, read articles. And UFLNewsHub.com, read the articles. That was really the origins of this Football Scientific. Anyway, it was a sale of those websites. Not because I'm working for the website, but because I want to get paid for my articles, my original works. I'm like an artist, okay? I'm like an artist. I want to be paid for my original works. Okay, so that is Football Scientific. We're closing the portal now. That's our pregame show. Boop, boop, boop.